I have the huge honor and privilege of working for a company that makes my services available at no charge to these nonprofits, and we help them become profitable in the commercial market. And then that enhances their mission, and they can serve the people with disabilities. I'll ask an audience when I'm training, show of hands, how many people have disabilities? And a few hands go up. And then I'll say, how many of you will have disabilities in your lifetime? Usually maybe half the audience guesses. And I'm able to tell them, well, 3 out of 100 may die in bed having never had any problems. The rest of us will have some form of impairment between now and the time we die. People with disabilities aren't them, they're us. And so the tools that ASQ uses, that ASQ promotes, should be just as accessible to a person with disabilities as to the rest of us, because the rest of us are going to become them eventually. There was an agency recently that had a quality problem that was not escaping to their customer, but it was just eating their lunch because they were throwing away a lot of materials. And so they asked us to come in. We went in and just mapped their processes, did some basic process mapping, simple SIPOC. And the really cool thing is, it was one of those situations where they didn't understand that these tools were there and accessible to them. But once I'd done the process mapping with them and sat down in the meeting, I start going through the first you do this and this process works and puts that output, and then that becomes an input. About the 4th line, they said, okay, we got it, you can go now. So I call them back a couple weeks later and I said, can I help you? And they said, oh yeah, you can help us again, but not yet. We're still digesting what you gave us already, and they were making use of the tools. Bottom line, in the first 3 weeks, they reaped $15,000 cost savings by making improvements in their process. And it wasn't because of anything magic I did. All I did was make the tools accessible to them. The reason that I believe that social responsibility is such a key aspect of what we do is because, well, first of all, ethically, it's just the right thing to do. I don't remember who it was, may have been Harry Truman, who said, if you want to hold somebody down, somebody has to stay down there with them to hold them there. I'd rather everybody be elevated.